it's just an exciting time, and I think that we can look for some big things to happen next summer.
I think one thing with the high school, it's great with the internet, and I think the coaching philosophies being spread, and so coaching's gotten better, but then also internet kids can see what other kids are doing. Oh, there's this big national meet, and I'm going to get out there and get up early, and there's more motivation, and so it's fun to see that.
2 things cause the slump, okay? 3 things, all right? Number 1, it was this long, slow distance LSD training that kind of was in vogue for a while in the 70s. We had to work through that because long, slow distance in training makes for long, slow runners
racing.
And there's, and maybe before that, guys were too much interval and speed oriented, and so the happy ground is in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay? The other situation is 12.6 scholarships for men.
Right.
And that's not good. That's part our collegiate system, as we've said, is our best farm team.
Right.
For the national teams after that. We have to find our best stars at the college level for the most part.
Yeah.
And then help them mature so that they can be competitive on the international scene. And also, then there was a tendency for guys for about 10 years. It was in vogue just to run to win.
Yeah.
It was enough, and so they never raced the clock. And so guys were running just enough to win, and there were a few top Americans that were making that look good, and maybe that was sexy, and that was considered what was, the standard back then. But it didn't yield any fast times, and quite frankly, you can see from the Africans right now, they run fast times right from the get-go.
Right.
As soon as they pick up the sport, they're chasing after the world's best.
Yeah.
And so they go out, they die. Then they die a little bit later the next race, and they die a little bit later, and pretty soon they're having remarkable times. Now, I don't know how old they are,
right,
but I know they're running fast.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line. And finally, I think that we have to keep pushing on the competitive angle, because this road racing phenomena right now in the marathon and the half marathon, we have to be careful with that, because what that basically has emphasized is just finishing, whether you walk or you run. And while there may be 30 to 50,000 people in these marathons or half marathons, most of them, a lot of them, are not really training right.
Yeah.
And they think it's acceptable to walk for half the way and call themselves a marathon or half marathon.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I'm a purist. To me, you should start at the shorter distances and work your way back up. This isn't about a sort of a moving block party.
Right.
This is about trying to conquer 13.1 or 26.2 miles and run the whole way and finish it and run as fast as you can, but to train properly. And I think that people need to take it seriously. It's not a game.
Right.
And they need to take it seriously, and some of them probably shouldn't be doing it.
And it is a big accomplishment just to finish and complete those, but I see too many people that do it and then they don't experience the fun and enjoy of just being fit and just being able to go out the door and just be gone and go for 30 or an hour or an hour and a half and just enjoy running.
Absolutely, and that is a part of it. So it's about learning to conquer the distances, and these programs where they're having runners go from 2 or 3 miles at a time to train for a marathon in 6 months, they need to really think about 5Ks, 8Ks, 4 miles, 10Ks.
Yeah.
They need to think about conquering races, first of all, 3 to 10 miles, and do that for several years before they move up to the marathon.
Right.
It really is disrespectful to jump from a 5K right to a marathon.
Yeah.
And it's also dangerous. I think a lot of people are getting hurt, or they're causing damage to their body because they're not ramping up and moving up gradually so that they can do these longer races. However,
and it can be a bad experience too, and that may turn them off completely. So.
I do want to say that, it's great to see people get off the couch.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have this than having people be couch potatoes, like what they were before this. Americans eat too much and they don't exercise enough.
Right.
And that's part of our cultural tragedy right now, is that as the world has become far more automated and more people have an affluent level of wealth, they eat too well and they exercise less.
Right,
and it creates health problems that we're now coping with on a national level. But I like to see the national exercise movement, and I like to see people learn how to jog, walk, or run.
Right.
I just want to see them graduate properly through the levels, so that when they get up to, after they conquer the 5K to 10K to 12K to 15K to 10 miles,
Right.
that then they move up to the half marathon and marathon, and they do it and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's fun when you're fit and in shape and can just do it at your will. But well, Craig, I appreciate the time and congratulations on just a wonderful career, and just thank you for being one of the great American distance legends that we can, boys and girls can look up to and dream that, we can be like that someday and wear that USA uniform and earn go to these, world championships, Olympics, and bring home a medal and dream of that. So
let me say this: I'm proud to have been from the Midwest. I still live in the Midwest, and I wanted to show. I think the kids, boys and girls, that grew up in the Midwest and compete in running, they're some of the toughest runners in the country because they have to battle the elements in the summer, the fall, and the winter. And I'm proud to be a Midwesterner. And if there's any Midwestern people watching this, I applaud them because they know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'll always be a Midwesterner at heart. So thank you for the honor of being here.
We'll enjoy tomorrow night with family and friends. I know it'll be special. So congratulations.
Will do. Thank you.